Hi, it's Ivy Slater. Welcome to today's Slater Success Live. Some of you I know are joining us as you saw that little promo video I did earlier today, that we have an amazing guest today. I'm doing something new and different. Judy Herbst is the executive director of Savvy Ladies. Savvy Ladies is a nonprofit that is near and dear to my heart, to be very honest with you. Every year this time of year, from Thanksgiving through New Year's holidays, for her success story or podcast, I do a focus on nonprofits, and we call it our nonprofit series. So you can touch back and forth between here as well as her success stories for amazing interviews. Judy is coming to me live today with a background in an emphasis in PR and business development expert who has disrupted consumer business leveraging relational marketing tactics using education, authenticity, and community to create exceptional experiences. Judy has taken the role not that long ago of the executive director of Savvy Ladies and is taking her disrupting the marketplace to a whole new level as she can disrupt the nonprofit marketplace. Judy, thank you for joining me here today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Ivy. It's a pleasure. This is so wonderful to be speaking with you today.
So listeners and viewers know you can pop into the chat. You have questions, comments, questions for Judy. It's a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about Judy, her background, as well as Savvy Ladies, as well as what it is like to run a nonprofit. If you have comments, things like hit you, like, oh, that was a really good one, put it in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. So Judy, as we get started, let's first, set it up a little bit. Share a little bit of your background, because you weren't always a nonprofit person.
No, my background has been tried and true brand marketing. So very traditional brand marketing, business strategy, product development, understanding an audience. So that is the clear 101 marketing I have been in since my days in retail, when, retail was Macy's and American Girl. And thank you. Sorry about that. This is what you get from working from home. With those years, just learning that a customer experience really stems from the ground level up, and understanding that whole journey of a process, being in a selling process, a unique process of buying, and then taking that to the digital space of the online experience. It is still it's all consumer driven. And that is what I am so excited to bring to Savvy Ladies. So how I got to Savvy Ladies, and this is a tip for everyone who is out there looking for a job. So during the pandemic, I was furloughed. I was terminated from a great job I had at a digital startup company that was a marketplace, really helping to set the stage for Savvy Ladies. But I was working pro bono for Savvy Ladies. I was volunteering my time because it was an organization I had connected with within my former job at Worthy. And it was it's such a great organization, as Ivy, you have said and been a part of for so many years, is that during that downtime, I wanted to keep myself busy, and I wanted to continue building my network and building community, which is what Savvy Ladies offers, a great community of professionals, like-minded women. So I offered my services as a marketing professional. And lo and behold, 6 months fast forward, Stacy Francis, the founder of Savvy Ladies, and the board were going through a new executive director search. And they came to me. And they asked me what I consider, that they recognize the new need now going through COVID, how everything was virtual, how marketing and PR and building community really pan out to grow and strengthen an organization. So it's timing, it's fortune, it's hard work, but putting yourself out there in a volunteer capacity is a great way to meet new people and start with organizations.
I'm going to chime right in on that. And first of all, we have Barbara Hannah Grufferman. Oh my God, Barbara, it's been ages since we've seen you, and congratulations on your recent run. She is saying Savvy Ladies is very fortunate to have secured Judy. Big congrats. And that is very true. And it's interesting because I know when I talk about building your network, in major organizations, companies, financial institutions, I said, get involved in something that is not business related. Get involved in a nonprofit, get involved in something that's near to your heart. And
So
the
true.
amount of
So true.
the network that is built through that is enormous. I know the women I have met through Savvy Ladies have made huge impacts for my life.
Yes.
During the pandemic, I saw another woman that, ended up like meeting halfway to sit outside and have breakfast. And it was supposed to be an hour and you had to tear us out of there because it was so nice to be outside and conversing. And we talked woman to woman, we talked mother to mother, and we talked Savvy Ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what Savvy Ladies is all about. It's about building community. We all recognize from all different backgrounds the importance of financial education and literacy, no matter where you're coming from. I don't have that financial background. So the beauty of me coming on board as the new executive director, which I feel like I've birthed the baby. It's been 9 months. I started in March. And so far since I've joined, I've relaunched the website. So I wanted to move from a marketing perspective. Your front window, that when you window shop, is going to be your website, what your website looks like. How do you find yourself? How does someone find you? So it's keywords. It is search engines. So understanding how content is so important, and content with keywords through Google search, coming to your homepage, finding that right landing page. And then what is our services? The heart and soul of Savvy Ladies, to me, and to Stacy Francis, has always been the helpline. So Stacy Francis, back in 2003, created what is today. We are now serving over 500 women year to date. We just hit connecting over 100 women in the month of November, which is phenomenal. I know.
So if you think about the ripple impact of helping 100 women in the financial perspective, and all those 100 women and who they touch, from their children to their siblings to their girlfriends, and because women talk, we all talk, and we share forward, that is a huge impact.
It is something. When I said, when I started in March, I want to help 100 women a month. We're going to reach over 1,000 women a year. And that really is our goal for 2022, to connect over 1,500 women, and for next year. But for this year, to really surpass 500 and to hit the 100 goal this month in November is really important. And I think it shows also the seasonality of, we're learning that when women are looking for that financial guidance and advice, I think it is, as you're going into holiday time, for the numbers to really spike in the month of November, they're concerned about their finances, their budgeting, paying for holiday, still delivering a great experience for their families, as you say, but staying within their budget and being mindful and thoughtful is really important. And many of the questions we're getting are around budgeting, getting, credit card debt. Should I be paying down? How do I pay down a debt? How many credit cards should I have? But the questions we get also revolve around renting, home ownership, long-term care. We're just starting a long-term care series.
I love that, because I remember when we were considering it as my husband and myself, there was so much from so many different directions, and it's one of the greatest advantages in the information Savvy Ladies has for all the women it serves is we gain knowledge on both levels. Right. So by being a volunteer, I'm gaining knowledge. And then as well as the women it's helping. And we all as women have the same stuff. We're building careers, we're raising families, we're the sandwich generation coming in.
So much so. And I think more and more, I feel personally, and I'm seeing it at Savvy Ladies, is the importance of women helping women. More and more women from all levels in the professional field. We've grown our volunteer base to, over 100 volunteers now, and they are financial planners. There are women like yourselves who come and teach and educate through our webinars. So it's affecting, and we're touching all different, as you said, parts of that woman's journey. And this year I've liked to use the tagline, every woman needs a financial roadmap. And that's because that roadmap can take you through, coming out of college and understanding, how to budget and pay rent and pay off student loans if you have them, through starting a family, through, building retirement. And again, everyone is very interested, of course, with the stock market and Bitcoin and so much going on. Like, how do I invest? It's not just saving, but it's saving to invest. And what is the right portfolio? And those are the conversations we're having. And that's what it is. It's a conversation, it's a dialogue, and no question is wrong.
I think that's brilliantly said. No question is wrong. And there's so much we don't know. And women are busy. It's a bottom line fact. Men and women are busy.
Mhm.
Women have a tendency of taking on so much. We're the people who will volunteer at so many places, plus still take a class in our interest. We'll end up in a yoga class or this or whatever it is looking like. We say yes so often.
We do.
So our lives are busy. They're active. To figure out to take the time to financially plan forward. And in the past, it's always very often been looked at that as a male thing to do, right? Is the male takes the lead in the home on that, and the woman takes the lead in other areas. Yet women are brilliant in financial planning.
Yeah. I think they're more thoughtful. And what Savvy Ladies has done is we give a safe space. So it's a safe space because I see, Savvy Ladies as a marketplace. We have our clients that we're helping and the women who are in need of getting a financial question answered so they can move forward and make the right decisions. But we also have a professional community and we have a volunteer community. So it is balancing the volunteers, the professionals, and the women we help. And actually what we're seeing is everyone does learn from each other. And we're seeing many of the women we help actually learn to take that passion of theirs and learn how to make that into a small business and then come and they want to give back. And we actually just had one volunteer who was so happy with their volunteer, they wanted to play it forward. So they wanted to actually make a donation to play it forward in honor of the volunteer who helped them. So you just never know. It's so nice because yes, as a nonprofit, we are always raising money, and we came off of our annual gala this year, which was phenomenal. It was virtual, but we balanced it between recorded and live panel discussions, and they were phenomenal. So our panel discussions, Jean Chatsky led a live panel on preparing for the golden years. Are they really golden? Which is exactly kind of what we've spoken about preparing for retirement. When should you start preparing? But it was a dynamic conversation with our change makers and really heartfelt. And I have to tell you, Savvy Ladies is exactly that. It is authentic and real. The people really care, and they're doing this from their heart, and it's their passion to really help people understand that financial language, the terminology, so they can make the smart decisions themselves.
And Barbara's agreeing. She's loving the highs and lows from the long-term planning for my generation or ish.
Yeah, we have to do it.
The younger audiences and helping them understand more about being financially secure and financially planned forward. So explain a little bit about the hotline, because this was something that I'll complete disclosure, because I just kind of say what's on my mind. It's how I roll. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, somebody can call up and just ask this question. And I was stymied over it because there's so much that people think they can't reach as far as financial planning. They can't, well, I don't have that person, or you walk
I can't afford that person.
I can't afford them, or you walk into a big bank and you don't even know who you're talking to. And then when I started learning about Savvy Ladies, I was like, wait, you mean you could just call somebody? So share, because you will explain it so much better than me.
So I have always said, when I learned about Savvy Ladies, the gem and the heart and soul, as I said, is the helpline. So the helpline was Stacy's idea that no woman should feel ashamed or embarrassed for a financial question. So she set up the idea of pooling together a community of certified financial planners to answer questions for a woman in need of financial advice. So that is the hotline. And so it's any financial question a woman may have. It's for any woman, all backgrounds, all ages. What we've now done, though, is yes, we do speak to people on the phone, but we've taken and we've used technology now. So this is the year where Savvy Ladies has scaled its outreach using technology. So it's an intake form, and we're asking specific questions so we know what is your question and what category are you looking to get is your question. Is it health and money, divorce and money, retirement? Is it around rent, Social Security, Medicare, long-term care? So we have sort of bucketed it into the key segments where financial questions are asked. And then we've also matched that and segmented our volunteers based on their expertise as well. Because, there's certified financial planners that their expertise could just be in one topic, or that's the one topic they prefer. So in many cases, the volunteers are volunteering anywhere from 1 hour to 5 hours of their time per month. And a session is typically 1 hour. So we are doing a matching, and we'll match within 72 hours. And the client can, in their input form, ask their question in a free form, but we're matching based on that level of expertise based on their question. So we ask them, are you going through a divorce? We'll ask you a number of certain questions so we can really match you appropriately. And now we're asking some behavioral questions around anxiety and around your feeling around how you feel around your finances and your planning process, so we can help them along the way. Because ultimately the goal is, we're sitting with right now over 500 pieces of amazing content on the website written by Stacey Francis, many of them, and also many of our volunteers. And we would like to be able to share that content proactively with a client when they come in. So if we know they're coming in on divorce, we can actually share with them, these are the articles written by our experts around divorce and money that we think you might find interesting. We have a great worksheet for budgeting that you can start. So when you then come and you meet with your client, and it is a phone call, usually they'll do a calendar and they'll schedule a convenient time for the volunteer to speak to the client. They'll share resources, and the feedback we get is time and time again so positive. They're just so pleased to get an unbiased answer that they can trust.
So I want to ask this, because this is the first nonprofit we've had on a LinkedIn Live. So
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What an honor. Thank you.
But we talk business, and you have a strong background in marketing. I have so many questions, beware. But when we look at nonprofits, and we look at, like, is a nonprofit is a business?
Yeah, it is a business.
And, your expertise in marketing and coming to the side of, having that marketing experience and looking at this of how we market it forward. What are you seeing coming from a for-profit background into a nonprofit entity as the similarities and differences? Are the challenges the same, the obstacles different? Share a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think the key for me was, from a marketing background, is identifying what is your KPI, identifying what is your reason for being, and what do you want to drive to. So that key performance indicator for me was going to be the number of leads I'm driving to the helpline, bottom line. That was it. So when I looked at everything I wanted to do, how to drive to the helpline so we could drive the leads and drive them to input the form. So we got the data we could use so we could connect them and connect them to a volunteer, and then scale that business. So to me, that was the end all being for me, was driving that KPI to my number, because I know from then a nonprofit world, if I can increase the number of women we can help, then I can use the data to go pitch now, which is the marketing pitch, right? To get other sponsors and other big corporations, as well as individuals, to support us, because they need to know where the money is going. And the money is going to the technology so we can help more and more women. So the more women I can help, it just makes you, it just validates where the money's going. And that's exactly where it's going.
And that's business 101. Have your data, have your technology, have your content, that's all exactly right. And that drives for success and expansion. So
that's exactly it.
Looking this time of year, we so often, it's like visions for 2022, goals for 2022. What do we want to create? Where are we going next? Now that you've birthed your portion of Savvy Ladies for the past 9 months, what's the baby's first birthday going to look like as your Savvy Ladies year next year?
I see us continuing to expand, to grow that helpline. And that's still the number one KPI is going to be to the helpline. Ultimately, to me, all roads lead to the helpline. So what can I do in the way of content that I can bring people to the website to review content, to review those key topics that they're looking for? So I understand, I can see on search what they are looking for. What are those key search terms, key search words they are looking at, that I can then invite them to visit the helpline to get their personal financial question answered by one of our experts. And then ultimately, what I see Savvy Ladies being able to do is to have learning paths. So learning paths within each of these top topics, so I could take them through the webinars and the articles and then intersperse checklists for them to take to make sure that they're on the path, but be able to always pop in and say, would you like to speak to a financial advisor now? Please submit your question to us now. So I can grow a very holistic learning process. And I think what's so special is we are unbiased. So we have, advisors from all backgrounds, male and female advisors from across the country helping. Some are retired, some are just starting out and beginning. And it is quite lovely. And one of the things I started initially in this year, and we'll continue it into next year, is hosting volunteer get-togethers. So the volunteers can meet each other from a virtual perspective, which has been wonderful. It's been so lovely for the volunteers to now meet each other virtually from around the country and get to meet Stacy and get to ask the questions on their level. It's been a beautiful thing.
And it's been beautiful over the years that I was been introduced to Savvy Ladies, which was years ago, probably 10-ish more years ago. At a very, very small, fundraiser kind of in the early days to what it is today. And I could tell you, getting involved in a nonprofit from a volunteer basis, and this is for all of our viewers, getting involved in a nonprofit is a way to expand your network while you expand your heart.
I love that. I love that.
It truly is. It's that win-win. You get to meet amazing people, which are great assets to your career, by the way. Okay.
That's so true.
Right. As well as, and you have a commonality because you have that common nonprofit in your wheelhouse, as well as really make a difference. And whether it be Savvy Ladies or any of the other nonprofits that we are, if there's something that you're passionate about that fits you, find what fits you and get involved. I want to ask first of all, our viewers, if you have any other questions or comments. Barbara, I appreciate you joining us in. Judy and I will continue to touch base on this stream in LinkedIn. Savvy Ladies is very active on LinkedIn because it's a very professional network. So you probably want to kind of connect with Judy, connect with Savvy Ladies on LinkedIn, all that proper stuff to do. Feel free to, continue. We will check in. Judy, as far as ways our audience they might say, hey, I'm not a financial person. It might not be the thing for me, or I don't really know, or am I the person who should be at the helpline, or should I be that volunteer? Can you give us a little bit more of a definitive profile? Because I know the volunteers, people think, oh, the volunteers are people of this caliber. And we make these assumptions that are not always true. As
No,
well
we
as,
have,
oh, I shouldn't be asking for help because I'm not that person.
no, as I said, we help women from all different backgrounds. So everyone can have a money question, no matter how much money you make. So yes, as we go and we do grant writing, we definitely are finding out, and we are helping women in need. So many of the organizations we do work with are women in need. So we're working with Dress for Success, the Pay Center for Justice. We're working with some of the hotlines as well. So where they don't offer financial services, they refer them to Savvy Ladies now, which has been the really nice referral partnerships we have with other nonprofits. Where we would, on the volunteer side for help, we have many, many opportunities for any of you to come and volunteer your time, your expertise with Savvy Ladies. Of course, the helpline is for the financial planners and financial expertise, but there is opportunity for, from like myself, I was marketing. So Savvy Ladies needs marketing outreach. So if you have expertise in social media and marketing, we would love you to reach out to me, info@savvyladies.org. You can just email us there, or Judy@savvyladies.org is directly to me. So if you have those expertise, we have lots of career coaches, lifestyle coaches as well, that offer their time and expertise giving programming and seminars and writing content for us. And if you just want to join a community, I created our executive membership program. So our executive membership program allows you to be part of the community and just meet and greet other like-minded people, because you may not know what you want today, or you may not know until you know what it is. So come meet this community, and we meet once a month on the second Thursday of every month. And it's an opportunity where Stacey Francis, our founder, and she is a rock star. She is such a rock star. She is the quintessential networker and mentor as well. She's amazing.
I think her middle name, it might be Stacey Francis, is Stacey Networking Francis.
Yes. So she she'll lead the discussion, and it's an open dialogue. It's not a one-way street. It's almost like this, a conversation. We're having that with Stacey every second Thursday of the month. So come join us for that. Become an executive member, and you can join us for the whole year next year. And we do fun. It's all virtual, and you get to meet great people. And as I said, it can extend your business profile and your business network as well.
And so I'm going to add in a little something on that. I was at one of those meetings, and it was somebody was leading it. I'm going to leave names out for now, but a high-level person was leading it and sharing information, giving a little bit of content, etc. And as some other people are introducing themselves on the chat, it's like, are you Ivy Karen Slater? Like from back in the day. Now I've used Rackland for the last 36 years. Okay. So it was a long time ago. And I was like, yes. And she goes, your best friend growing up was blank person, correct? And I was like, yes. And my eyes get big. And she goes, I was her college roommate. I remember hearing all about you. We, exchanged emails, jumped on a Zoom. She's going to probably be a guest on either LinkedIn Live or her success story next year. There's so much.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Just showing up.
Yeah.
And, it's very often in the whole nonprofit thing, people think, well, how much can I give? And this is coming. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. And I am not going to get out of here without sharing. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. This is part of our nonprofit series. Giving is not only about money. Giving is just about showing up to help somebody.
That's right.
Giving is about showing up to help somebody, showing up for somebody.
Right? It could be just listening. Listening is so important.
You could listen, you could learn, you could take the content, share it forward. You can give financially, you can give of yourself. This is what this is about. And this is why we do this nonprofit series with Slater Success Live and her success story. So Judy, as we get out of here and take us out, please share how they could learn more about Savvy Ladies.
Well, Savvy Ladies is online, so come visit the website at savvyladies.org. You can find us and email me at judy@savvyladies.org or info@savvyladies, and we're happy to answer. We're a small, strong organization, and we love this. Ivy, thank you so much for having me and letting me share my story in Savvy Ladies. It's an amazing organization. I hope all of you will come and just check us out.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me. Judy, hang tight. I will be right with you. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us. This is the very, very first Slater Success nonprofit series. As it kicks off, remember to check her success story. Next week, I'm going to be coming to you, and mark your calendars, and it is in my email. It's in my newsletter weekly if you need to see it, or follow us here on LinkedIn. We are going to be interviewing the founder as well as the executive director, I believe both of them, for powerfulprogress.org. That is on December 7th, next Tuesday at 4 p.m. And, please continue to leave your comments, your questions. Judy and I will be checking in on the stream throughout this week, this month. Tomorrow's Giving Tuesday. May you give with your heart and whatever works for you. If you're not sure what you can afford to give, Savvy Ladies have some of the financial planning and the financial advice that you can actually start learning how to be a giver as well. So thanks for joining me here. See you next time.